There is no doubt that Charlie does not have a half-hearted relationship with Noah and Harold. However, hearing that the two of them had their limbs broken, the anger in Charlie's heart was mostly gone. No one knows the Wilson family better than him. Although each of them looks abominable, they are not even heinous villains. Horia used to pit Elaine before. A large part of the reason was that when Elaine was playing cards at a friend's house, she met Horia and Noah, who came to see the house. Then Elaine mocked them and made Horia a lot. Their mentality collapsed and wanted to cheat Elaine's money. Now Noah and Harold kidnapped Elaine and wanted to send her to the black brick kiln, also in order to repay the hatred of sending Horia to the black coal kiln. To be honest, Elaine is still blocking his guns to a certain extent. In the final analysis, the Wilson family is really bad, but it has not yet reached the point where it must die. Moreover, Charlie really didn't like his aunt, who was troublesome and meddling. If he really let her kill Noah and Harold to vent her anger, it would be cheaper for her. It would be better to let her keep holding on to this fire and have nowhere to vent. Grind her annoying character. So Charlie said, "What Noah and Harold say are my wife's uncle and cousin, my father-in-law's brother and nephew. If you kill them, such a big funeral, our family will pass a good year?" Cynthia hurriedly said. "Wait after the new year to slaughter the two of them, right?" Charlie waved his hand. "My wife has a softer heart. If they really die, she will definitely be sad, so let them live." When Cynthia heard this, she was anxious and uncomfortable, and blurted out, "They made me like this, you must let them out like that?" Charlie frowned and asked, "How do you calculate your breath?" "Both of them have lost their limbs. I'm afraid they can only lie in bed to eat and drink for a few months." "Can't you breathe out?" "I can't get out?" Cynthia said indignantly, "If I don't kill them, I won't be able to get out with such a bad breath." Charlie shouted angrily, "If you can't get it out, just hold on to it." The roar made Cynthia's liver tremble. Charlie glared at her fiercely, and asked in a cold voice, "It's obviously you who caused trouble first, and you will kill others at every turn. Who gives you the stinking troubles you are used to?" Cynthia's expression was very depressed, and she choked. "I grew up so old, and I have never suffered such a big loss today," Charlie said coldly. "Then just let you have a taste today, and this is just the first dish. Your character, if you don't change it, you will lose money in the future." After that, Charlie waved his hand a little irritably. "I don't want to tell you so much nonsense. In short, this is the end of today, and I will never allow you to spread this matter in any direction. Otherwise, only you are asking for trouble. Did you understand?" Seeing that Charlie's expression didn't mean joking with her, Cynthia couldn't help but play a little drum. She realized this matter today, she was afraid that she would not be able to find her place. Otherwise, with Charlie's character, he would never spare her. So she could only say dejectedly, "Okay, I understand." Charlie nodded and said to Orville, "Mr. Orville, quickly arrange a self-built house in the village in the city, and settle down my aunt, who has come from afar, so that people will keep an eye on her for 24 hours. She will never leave the house for the next 7 days. Half a step, as soon as 7 days arrive, I will send her to the airport and let her go back." Orville nodded immediately. "Master, don't worry, I will do it properly." Charlie looked at Ragnar again. "Report everything to Mr. Orville in the future. Don't make any small actions, do you understand?" Ragnar hurriedly squatted his head and said, "Master, don't worry. From today onwards, I will follow your and Mr. Orville's instructions." Charlie said again, "By the way, Thompson first grade AO6, did you buy it?" Ragnar said awkwardly, "Yes, I bought it." Charlie asked him, "You bought this villa for the Wilson family, did you come to make me sick?" "Yes." Ragnar said nervously, "Master, this is my fault. Don't worry, I will take back the villa and let the Wilson family get out." "Don't." Charlie waved his hand and said, "It's so boring to get them out. You are like this. First, stop all the businesses of the Wilson Group and withdraw all the investment you gave them. I still want them to return to the previous one. Although this species lives in Thompson first grade, it actually has nothing at all." Ragnar said without hesitation, "Okay, Master, I will make arrangements today." Charlie nodded with satisfaction. "Okay, Mr. Orville, you arrange the accommodation for my aunt, Ragnar will go and arrange the affairs of the Wilson Group. As for Noah and Harold, don't turn around to the relevant departments, and go directly to the hospital. Go ahead. The two hurriedly agreed to him respectfully. Cynthia's expression on the side was extremely ugly. But ugly is ugly, she now dare not have any emotion of resistance. Therefore, she could only say angrily, Charlie, look at your aunt, who was also injured and 2 teeth were lost. You can send me to the hospital first. Charlie nodded. It's okay to send you to the hospital, but you should not make any wrong ideas, otherwise, it is not as simple as leaving. In that case, you will have to live in the Ors Hill for a long time, maybe a year or half. Cynthia couldn't help but shudder when she heard this. Charlie arranged for her in the village in the city, basically the same as under house arrest. The environment there must be extremely bad, and it would be a great torment to stay for a day, and she would simply collapse if in for a long time. If it is a year, it is really better to die. Therefore, she can only honestly say, don't worry, since your aunt has said and listened to your instructions, I will never do anything else, Charlie said to Orville, then arrange for my aunt to go to the hospital for treatment first, and don't set the teeth in Ors Hill. Let her go back to Eastcliff and do it there. Orville immediately agreed. Okay, master. Immediately afterwards, Orville asked Cynthia and Ragnar to be put in different vehicles, and then sent to the warehouse to take out the broken limbs of Noah and Jacob. At this time, the two of them were lying on the cold concrete floor and had completely collapsed. The father and son cried in the warehouse for a long time, and they almost dried up all their tears. Harold felt so depressed and lost in his heart, sobbing like a child. I originally wanted to teach Elaine to please Ragnar, but I didn't expect that the other lady who was caught by us with Elaine turned out to be a transnational fraud. Besides, this scammer is so damn good to make up. She even made up a set of so-called rich master status for Charlie. Makes my dad and I believe it. Even Ragnar believed the nonsense of that stinky woman. Ragnar, you old dog, if you say you believe it, you can believe it, but there is no need to abolish the father and son in order to please her. We both were serving you, and you can't be so right no matter what. What the HLL is this?